Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats, because this tale will shake you to your core. Welcome to Willow Creek, a sleepy little town in 1980s Ohio where everyone knows your name and your secrets. But some secrets, they're better left buried. This is a story of betrayal, forbidden love, and a curse so dark it'll make your skin crawl. Get ready for a wild ride. Willow Creek was the kind of place where gossip spread faster than wildfire. At the heart of it all was Marge, the town's librarian, 55, with a sharp tongue and sharper eyes. She knew every rumor, who was late on rent, who was sneaking out at night. But even Marge wasn't ready for the scandal that hit one autumn evening in '87. It started with a whisper. Tom, the charming pastor, was seen leaving Widow Clara's house at 2 a.m. The town exploded with gossip. Clara, 50, was a quiet seamstress, still grieving her husband. An affair with the pastor? Unthinkable. Marge, always the sleuth, found a love letter slipped under the library door, written in Tom's handwriting, confessing his love for Clara. But it wasn't just mushy words. It mentioned a promise to keep the locket safe. Marge's gut told her this was no ordinary fling. That night, she followed Tom to the old Miller mansion, abandoned since the 1920s. Where lights flickered in the attic, Marge crept closer, heart pounding. Through a cracked window, she saw Tom and Clara, not kissing but arguing over a tarnished silver locket glowing faintly green. "We have to destroy it," Clara hissed. Tom shook his head. "It's too late. It's awake." Suddenly the air turned icy. Marge's flashlight died and a low growl echoed, not from an animal, but from the house itself. She stumbled back, but not before hearing a voice cold as death. "You can't break the vow." Marge ran, letter clutched in her hand, but the town wasn't the same when she returned. Streetlights flickered. Dogs howled. And at the diner, folks whispered about strange shadows trailing them home. Marge knew. That locket was no trinket. It was trouble. By morning, Clara vanished. Her shop was empty, needle still in the fabric she'd been sewing. Tom locked himself in the church, refusing to speak. Marge rallied her book club, 5 nosy seniors who lived for gossip, to dig into the locket's history. They found a 1920s newspaper clipping. The Miller family, who owned the mansion, died mysteriously after a scandal. The wife had cheated, and her lover, a jeweler, crafted a locket to bind their love forever. The day it was finished, the whole family was found dead, eyes wide with terror. That night, Marge and her crew snuck into the mansion. The air was thick, like breathing molasses. In the attic, they found it, the locket, pulsing like a heartbeat. But as Marge reached for it, the floor shook. Shadows stretched across the walls, forming faces, angry, twisted faces of the Miller family. "You broke the vow," they hissed. Marge realized Tom and Clara's affair had reignited the curse. The book club fled, but the shadows followed. At the church, they found Tom, pale and muttering, clutching a Bible. It wasn't just love, he confessed. Clara's great-aunt was the jeweler's lover. She passed the locket to Clara, begging her to keep it hidden. I couldn't resist her. The curse, he said, punished betrayal, and now it wanted everyone in Willow Creek. As he spoke, the church doors slammed shut. The locket, now in Marge's pocket, burned hot. A voice boomed, "All will pay." The shadows lunged, not just for Tom, but for Marge and her friends. They weren't just ghosts. They were the curse itself, feeding on guilt and secrets. Marge, no stranger to tough spots, had a plan. She grabbed a candle and a bottle of holy water from the altar. If this curse loves betrayal, let's give it what it wants. She tossed the locket into the church's old furnace, splashing it with holy water. The shadow screamed, the building shook, and the locket melted, its glow fading. But not before one shadow grabbed Tom, pulling him into the darkness. A final whisper echoed. The vow remains. Willow Creek never recovered. Clara was never found. Tom's Bible was discovered in the ashes, open to a verse about forgiveness. Marge and her book club swore to keep the town's secrets quiet, but some nights they heard whispers in the wind. You can't escape. So, folks, next time you hear a juicy rumor, think twice. Some secrets carry a curse.